What's going on, traders? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. Thank you guys again for joining us for another Sunday Stock Talk. That for those that are joining us for the first time that don't know what a Sunday Stock Talk is, me and my group TechBud Solutions, over 33,000 members worldwide, we come together for this live stream, and all the active members start, asking questions, kind of want me to perform technical analysis on the stocks that they are interested in. Pretty much, this is me to kind of share my whole thought process before the market opens. For those that don't know that the stock market's open Monday through Friday, it opens 6:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, 6 a.m. For pre-market hours. And usually I go live every single day, so feel free to subscribe if you're not already. If you guys aren't a part of TechBud Solutions already, it's a free Facebook group. All we ask you to do is to provide a supportive environment for both new and experienced traders. Share your best practices, share your mistakes, in effort to promote overall group growth. I'm super excited for this week. I'm ready to head on over to California, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a bit. But I kind of want to just get into the whole thing of performing technical analysis. So this whole day has been extremely busy, so I appreciate your guys' patience. I have seen that I've been receiving a lot of emails, messages through just different platforms, and I want to remind you guys that the best way to reach out to me is to direct message me either within the TechBud Solutions group chat or within the TechBud Solutions Discord group chat. So feel free to direct message me there for the best response that is through me. Remember, I never give out my email. The only email that we use is techbuds@mail.com. And again, I never give that out. If you see that I'm reaching out to you, I never do that. So understand that there's been a spammer that's been sending or pretending to be me and asking for personal information or asking for money. Again, I never ask for money. I never ask for anything for you guys. All I ask for you guys to do is to provide a supportive community for both new and experienced traders. That's all I want you guys to do because it helps me out and then my community as well. So thank you guys again. I'm going to say what's up to a couple of you. Ricky, what's up, buddy? That's by Angel D1120. Happy Sunday, y'all. Jonathan, can't pronounce your last name, man. Sorry about that. God bless you all. Cole Edmond, appreciate that, man. All right, there's a good amount of you. Sorry I didn't get to all of you. You guys always do that first, second, third thing when you guys are doing the comments. So you guys are now asking, so for those that are joining us or for those that kind of are getting familiar with if this is your first Sunday Stock Talk, thank you for joining us. I'm gonna be performing some technical analysis on a series of stocks within my watch list. This is so you can just experience my whole thought process when it comes down to focusing on quality stocks, breaking down a stock, identifying the support, the resistance, kind of what to expect for the following morning. This is usually what I do about 15 to 30 minutes every single day, right? Just identifying potential, setting up a plan, and then I focus on about 2 to 3 different stocks. And then with that, it lets me at least have a plan for each individual stock. It's obvious that not every stock is going to be at its prime, and that's why we have certain criteria that every stock has to meet before we make the decision to invest. Again, you have 3 day trades. If you're under the PDT rule, make them useful and make them valuable. And you only want to invest stocks, right? So only invest in what you see value in and never based on anyone else's opinion. There's nothing wrong with exposure. So I saw a comment within the TechBud Solutions Facebook platform. Hey, Ricky, I know you always say never trade based on anyone else's opinion or never trade stocks that someone suggests. So how do we find our own stocks? That's not what I mean. What I mean is we use this platform for exposure. So during this chat, he should be. I'm not too sure. I didn't message him before this. Connor's our momentum trader. But when it comes down to using this platform, the way I utilize this platform is for exposure. A lot of people ask me to analyze certain stocks. I simply add those stocks to my watch list. In doing that, when it comes down to performing my technical analysis, again, identifying potential in these series of stocks within my watch list, I check to see if these stocks are, in their buy point, right? If they're not, then I set my alerts, and then I get alerted, and I'll follow up with them when they're more in their prime, right? When I see more value in them, if they're closer to a support or when they're meeting my criteria. That's the best way that I take the approach in using this exposure to trade quality stocks. It doesn't mean that you have to trade every single stock someone tells you. I mean, you should never trade based on anyone else's opinion. But when it comes down to someone, talking about ZN and saying, hey, what is it that you think about, ZN and why it has potential? Again, we have this certain format that allows you to at least be exposed to the opportunity to be able to trade the stock. But other than that, I'm live, guys. Come on. All right, but it comes down to being able to identify potential in a certain stock, and then you be the decision maker on what it is that you want to invest in. So I like the hat, bro. Okay. I know, WD-40. But let's get to it. I'm going to be sharing my screen so you guys can see exactly what it is that I'm going to be talking about. And I do want to appreciate, or I do want to shout out. Let me go ahead and do that right now. Let's see. So I'm sharing my screen now. I do want to shout out Dylan, and the reason that I want to shout him out is he put in his own, screenshot of what it was he was looking at, and then he shouts out his stock, the reason it has potential. He puts the ticker symbol, the support, the resistance, the desired buy and sell point, and then why it has potential. Oh, he put not sure on this one. But again, it comes down to him having the proper format. So when someone views this, they at least can see the stock and they have the proper, at least, format to get a better understanding why he's seeing potential in the stock. And if we click on it, then it comes down to, again, this thing showing signs of upward momentum. It had a previous resistance at like 195, if I'm not mistaken, but overall $2. So again, it just gives you a better understanding. If you don't see potential in it, then don't trade it. But if you do, then set up a plan and trade what it is that you see value in. Let's see what you guys are saying. The good squeaky door. What's going on, Matthew? Got any weed? Nope. That door. What's Johnny? Appreciate it. All right, so let's kind of get to it. I'm going to start performing some technical analysis on the series of stocks that I see potential in, and then we'll go from there. We're going to go down my list. I'm using the TD Ameritrade Think or Swim platform. For those that are going to be asking, this is a free platform. You guys simply have to search up Think or Swim, TD Ameritrade, Ricky Gutierrez, and I made a video showing you how you guys can set up your platform exactly like mine, as well as how to download this for free, as long as you have a social security number within the United States. So yeah, let's kind of get into it. I'm going to go from top to bottom, and I'm using volume to be the indicator that it's filtered by. So I like to focus on good high volume. So let's go a little bit further back. Let's do a 5-day, 5-minute analysis. Let's see if it, whoa, okay, it's a little slow. This is what we've been seeing with AMD. It's been showing signs of upward momentum. And it's been showing consistent signs of upward momentum. It's been struggling to break above that $14 resistance, but it's still showing small signs within this little margin of upward momentum. So if we can break above this $14 resistance, then we might have a little tight squeeze. Understand that overall, basically on where it stands. So the approach that I'm going to take with this is the reason that I haven't been so active with AMD this past week, I was trading it, I was talking about it almost all the time when it was at like $12, $13, because I felt that it had a lot of potential again with these previous trends that it was showing, bouncing out the support. But understanding that at this point right now, it's at $14. It's tried to hit that resistance 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and it's been struggling to hold above $14. So that's not a good sign. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put an alert when it goes above 14.15. And again, I just right click and then I click 14.15, giving me a better understanding that if the stock ends up breaking above 14.50, then we're showing signs of upward momentum. But as well as because $14 is the resistance, I have my first alert right here at 13.50, so that's good. Let's see. I guess I should talk a little bit more. I got a couple of suggestions that, hey, Ricky, if you can just kind of share what it is that you're thinking about this the whole time. So kind of to commentate a little bit more while I'm performing this technical analysis, is it was bouncing at the support line. It was bouncing, hit the resistance at 13.90, saw a pullback. This is the support line that we drew. Ended up hitting lows. It held above 13.60, so that's good, and then bounced to $14. Understand that every single time, I don't want to say every single time, but based on its previous trends, AMD does have a very common trend of seeing pullbacks right as the market opens. So what I mean by that is usually when the market opens during pre-market hours, it picks up pretty well, sets a resistance, and then right before the market opens, has a pullback. And then during this bounce is usually when I usually wait for a break of resistance, and then buy, it peaks out and then has a downward trend. Again, pullback, peaks out, sees a downward trend. Pullback, peaks out, sees a downward trend. It's a very common trend. So when it comes down to it being played out on Monday, if this trend continues, again, we're a little bit closer to this $14 resistance. If this trend continues based on where it's been bouncing, we're most likely going to expect, once the market does open, maybe a bounce at around 13.80 to about 13.70 for the pullback. But it comes down to first letting it, set its support, start seeing signs of upward momentum, and once it starts breaking resistance, giving us a better understanding that it's moving up and then being played back to that $14 resistance. But again, just that margin might not be worth your actual trade. Again, this is a 2% position or potential for profit that it has if you catch it at the low support of 1370, if that's where it has the pullback. But again, and it comes down to, again, filtering out and seeing. So AMD doesn't look bad because it's showing signs of upward momentum. It has a common trend of seeing pullbacks and then peaks out. And these usual pullbacks have a margin of, had one of 3% from top to bottom, had one of 2.5, had one of 3. So like 2.75 is the average. So again, nothing, it's not bad, right? But it's not an enormous amount. So let's continue moving on. PLUG did very well. Something that I wish I would have done a little bit better for PLUG if I wasn't so busy on Friday was I wish I would have identified the support at 230, and then once it broke above it, I wish I would have set my alert and would have followed through with this upward momentum that it had throughout the day. Because although it had all this that it played out during pre-market hours, know anything about me, what I like to play most is wait for the bounce, wait for it to build the support, and then when it starts showing signs of upward momentum, I wait for a break of resistance. So I would have waited for the break above 230. I would have probably got in around 235. Again, waited for the break. So my margin for loss would have been a little bit less than 1%. And understanding that, let's see. Really understanding that where it previously had the support during pre-market hours was 240, I probably would have sold there from 230 to 240. Again, 4.34%. That's not bad. That's, again, if you can lock that in consistently 3 times out of your 5-day period under the PDT rule, that's huge, right? Depending on how large your account is, think more about this percentage and the power of compounding interest. And I'll touch a little bit more on that later, but that's definitely a style that I have when it comes down to waiting for the pullback, waiting for it to set its support and showing signs of upward momentum. So right now, unfortunately for PLUG, what I'm going to do is it has a support now at 240. So I'm going to set my alert. And again, this is just so I can stay up to date when it goes below 240. And also I want to have an alert when it goes above 250. If it does break the resistance, then that could be very important to know, because if the momentum's right, we might get a little tight squeeze. And even from 250 to 260, again, still nearly 4%. So the potential's there. It just comes down to, is it worth the trade? Again, never forcing the trade and just waiting for everything to play out according to plan. So I'm going to put my alert here if it drops below 230 as well. All right, let's move on to the next one, RAD. RAD's been moving, showing signs since the last call that we had on it. This was one of my top stocks to look out for the month of July, and it looked like it played out according to plan. It set its support. It set its support at $2.22, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go a little bit further back. Yeah. So it set its support at $2.21. It flatlined there for about 2 to 3 days and then broke above that 230 resistance. And that's what the break that we were waiting for. And it's been showing signs of upward momentum ever since. Hit the resistance at 280, which, if I'm not mistaken, a little bit further back. Let it load. Sorry about that, team. Yeah, so almost on the dot. 280 or 275 was a previous support, and then it broke below that, and that's what kind of drew this downward trend. It built the support at 221, broke above 230, and that's why when I started calling it out, again, the previous support being at 275, old supports become new resistance levels. That's where it peaked out at. Went a little bit above it. I think I traded that last day. And I got a very small squeeze. It wasn't anything big. And it's been just showing signs of downward momentum ever since. So what I'd like to see a little bit more with RAD is for it to now start picking up. So what I'm going to do is, as it continues to break these supports, that's not something that you want to invest in. I don't know, does this look something that you want to, like something it is that you want to invest in? Especially like you're trying to hope that you're buying it at the lowest point. And it's just, I don't think a good way to approach trading, especially if some of you guys are new traders. I'd much rather invest in something that's showing signs of upward momentum and manage my risk there, because at least I know I'm investing in something that's appreciating in value rather than, hoping to catch it at the lowest point, right? Because it continues to break every single support every single day. So previously it broke the support at 260, then it broke the support at 250, and then I'm going to put my alert if it breaks below 240, and it will probably make its way back down to 230 and 220, and then hopefully pick back up there. But again, I'm not going to force the trade. I'm going to let it play out and let the charts kind of do the talking and react to what it is that they tell me. And if it's starting to show signs of upward momentum, then I might want to make the decision to invest again. But just so I don't miss out on it, I'm going to put an alert if it goes above 255. The reason that I'm putting an alert if it goes above 2 or 256 was once it broke below that point, it was struggling to go above 255. Therefore, if it does break above that, then that could be a good sign of a quick little bounce. So it's just good to stay up to date. TEAR, this is one that one of our momentum traders, Connor, called out within our group chat. He called it out at like $2.10, something like that. Had a huge break all the way to 375. This is the one that we called out on Friday or recapped on Friday. This is not one that I traded, but I think it's more on the overbought side. It's realistically, I think it's going to show some more signs of downward momentum, but it comes down to this one being more of a momentum trade. So I'll follow up with this one for sure. Let's see. This one as well, AEZS. This is one that a lot of our members within our group have called out, and it peaked out at 345, as you guys can see. Now it's showing signs of downward momentum. So has it kind of like done its due, right? Is it kind of done? Is it going to start staircasing down all the way to back to that $1 support? Well, based on my style of trading, I'm probably not going to invest in it just until it starts showing signs of upward momentum. And even then, I just felt like this was moving too quick for me to manage my risk in, and it just comes down to your style of trading. If I'm not comfortable trading it, then I simply won't trade it. But something that I do see is that there's a support at 275. It has broken below it before, so there's what is that? Yeah, about a 4 to 5% loss if you do go below 275 and then it doesn't bounce back. But I think I'm gonna wait for the break. I think I have the alert set here. Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Snapchat doing its same old thing, showing signs of downward momentum, still not picking up. I have my alert set here if it starts to bounce, but I also have my alert if it continues to break all the supports. So I'll set another one. It's just showing signs of downward momentum, and I definitely don't want to waste too much time talking about a stock that doesn't have much potential. This is JNUG. This is one that I think can be somewhat interesting this week. Let me go a little bit further back. So the reason that I find this one interesting is because if you guys see this trend, I called out the support when it was at $16. It obviously dropped a little bit further. Had a previous support at like $13.60, something like that. But it started to bounce back. And when it started to bounce back again, showing signs of upward momentum, there has been a previous support here at $18. So understanding that, like it usually does sometimes bounce at $18, understanding that could be a resistance and it might not break above. But understanding if it can, the potential that it does have to gap back up to this $20 resistance, again, from 18 to 20, it's about 10%. When, with the price that it's at right now, if everything plays out according to plan, let's get a little bit closer. Again, understanding that this is going to be more of a swing trade for those that see potential in this one. Has pullbacks, has a support, I think a pretty strong one at 275, at 1775, I apologize. Been showing signs of upward momentum throughout the day from there, but it really struggled to break above that 1830 resistance and within the past couple of days. So understanding that, I'm going to set my alert. If it breaks above 1830, then we know that we're probably making our way back up to that $20 resistance. But if not, then I know this was a previous support. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an alert that it's bouncing down or breaking the supports. And if this thing, and I want to ask you guys, if JNUG is showing signs of downward momentum, then that means JDST will show signs of upward momentum. So when it comes down to more like overall growth potential, JDST is going to be the one that it's at its lowest point at this current point, right? But it does have still a little bit more of a margin to fall down to. And that's like JNUG, it still has a little bit more of a margin to make up from that 18 to 20. This has a margin to make up from 63 to 59. And then that's usually where it bounces at and has a little margin from like 59 to 63, just like it had from 18 to 20. So it's funny how they play out because they're like inverse ETFs. So they're pretty sweet. I want to hear what you guys have to say. So you guys want me to do one for ZN? Let's go ahead and do it. Okay, so ZN, previous resistance at $6. This is actually when I got introduced to it, to ZN, when it had this huge pump, started seeing signs of downward momentum, really started to hold well above $4. That's where I saw the true support to be. Again, it kind of peaked out and now it's showing signs of downward momentum as well. I would like for myself to wait a little bit more to get closer to this $4 support and again try to see if it could be a good play. But understand one thing, that ZN did come from a pretty low point. Let me go ahead and see if I can pull it up. You guys can see here it came from lows of $1, so understand that it is, I don't want to say it's like overpriced, but based on this 180-day analysis, it is closer to it being more on the overbought side than on the oversold side. So just know that and beware about having a plan every time you go in, because as quick as ZN can move up, like we experienced the past week, it could move down as quick as well. So, but it looks like it's really trying to hold above $5. So right now, what do we have? Some buyers. Yeah, not very helpful. But I'm gonna set my alert. If it breaks above this, then we can have a quick little run. But most importantly, if it breaks below this, then we know that it's heading back down to $4 support. Alrighty, what else do you guys want me to analyze? HIMX. All right, HIMX. Oh, okay, so consistent signs of upward momentum, I like it. Let's do a 10-day analysis. Okay. Okay, well, this makes more sense. So I think, and this is me being exposed to it, I think we're catching it a little bit too late. It's more at that $9 resistance, is although it does go above $9, it has a very small margin to go up to $9, and the potential, when it comes down to understanding that this is usually the resistance where it peaks out at, it does have a tight little squeeze, but is it worth risking that trade for, what is this? 5% potential for profit when you have a way larger margin for potential for loss. So I really like the setup here, and I like that it had a previous support here at $8, and it had a previous support here at $7, and it's very easy to read. But just when it comes down to where the position is at right now for HIMX, I feel like it might be more on the, well, it's really bouncing back. That was really nice, that gap that it built. That's so sweet. So it looks like it's gapping up and then it gapped back up. So it's showing signs of upward momentum, but I'd like to see a little bit more of a pullback, and then we'll probably, yeah. It's actually really nice. Thank you for calling this one out. So, okay. This one that I'll add to my watch list. The reason I like this is it shows signs of upward momentum. It's a very common trend that we see, that when it has a huge drop, it bounces and hits back up right to its old support, which is its new resistance now, again, $9. But it showed that within the year to date, it did have a margin up to $10. Realistically, am I going to aim for that? Not really. I'd like to be a little bit more patient. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here and then add it to my watch list, and there we have it. So thank you for calling that one out. But I just think it's a little bit more on the oversold side. I will set my alert just in case I don't trade it. And if it starts to pick up, for those that are trading it, I'll keep you guys up to date within the group chat. So I appreciate you calling this one out, bud. On CYCC, let's do that one. CYCC. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. So it's almost like the complete opposite of what we usually look for. Again, not good signs of upward momentum, but this is sweet. What I like about this is it had a previous support at $3, had a huge gap down again, and you guys can see this all during pre-market hours. Huge gap down to $1.71. I think this one was talked about within the group chat. I have performed a technical analysis on this, so this is pretty sweet. But we're waiting for the break at $2. The reason, if we break above $2, it has this margin from $2 to $3. That's huge. It's 50%. So understanding that if we do see that break, that can be like an enormous amount of momentum. And it looks like on Friday it did nothing but just grow. as well as aftermarket hours. So this is definitely the bounce that we wanted to see. So what we know is that the support is at, actually I already have my alert set, so I know that I've analyzed this one before. So thanks again for calling this one out, guys. Oh, and I have my alert at $2 before already. It didn't break, but dang it. Wow, this one's sweet. So yeah, it comes down to, well, I'm gonna, again, it's been showing signs nothing but upward momentum. Is $2 going to be such a strong support that we're going to see a pullback, or are we going to push right through $2 and see a huge momentum trade? So it comes down to waiting until Monday, see how it plays out during pre-market hours, and follow up with this one. But I definitely want to write this one down. Oh, I have it in my watch list, so we should be good with that. Other than that, I'm going to set my alert if it drops below 185. Let's put that. This is so sweet. Thank you guys for calling that out. And again, just because we're talking about stocks, just know that this is not something that you have to trade. We're just performing technical analysis, again, to share our best practices. Only invest in what you see value in and never based on anyone else's opinion. KFC. All right, let's see. DRYS, I don't like that one. It's been doing reverse stock splits all the time, and just it's not a good sign. So I'll do this one since some of you guys are calling it out. AGHI. AGHI. No volume on this one. This is definitely not one that I'd be trading. That's a nice, no. Okay, so it goes sub $1. Well, this thing's all over the place. This is a, what? Yeah, no, this thing's all over the place. Definitely wouldn't be trading this one. I just don't like that it goes below $1. I don't trade stocks that are less than $1. Although I say like I'm a penny stock day trader, I don't trade stocks that are less than $1. That's just not my niche. We have within our Tech Buds community, we have Brad that trades stocks that are less than 1 cent, and he does very well with that. So feel free to subscribe to him if you like those specific stocks. And we have Connor, that's a huge momentum trader. So feel free to subscribe to him, and he does very well with that. Wait, guys, did we break 35,000? Guys, I actually didn't think we were going to break it. We just broke $35,000 subscribers. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. I don't like this one. Again, it just comes down to I don't like the potential. The resistance at $1 is too strong. Looks like it's already flatlining. If you guys can see, it's already kind of hitting its resistance. Most likely going to see a pullback, and just regardless if it does well or not, it's just not a stock that I would trade. So INL, we've traded this one before. Again, nothing but signs of downward momentum. It's been flatlining at 595. So that's pretty sweet. Now it just means that we need to wait for the break. And I have my alerts set. So I have my alerts set. So guys, we have really good picks for this week. I'm excited. I need to write these down just so I can follow up with them. Shoot. Okay. I was going to use the whiteboard, but my buddy Sergio is using the whiteboard, so I don't want to take his writing down if it's important. So roommate problems. But let's do this. I'm gonna kind of, just for those that are joining us right now and didn't see everything that we talked about, I'm going to republish this video within my YouTube channel so you guys can check what it is that you guys missed out. But most importantly, I think the recap can kind of refresh our memory on what stocks I think that have good potential and their support and resistance. And then I'll post it within the Facebook group for those that couldn't join us. So let's go ahead and check this out. JNUG. Okay, so we talked about JNUG. And that one's from 18.25 to $20. That's more of a swing trade, right? So the next one was, man, why am I showing you guys? You guys don't want to see me. I apologize. I forget that I'm sharing my screen, and I know you guys don't want to see me. So the next one is going to be DGAS kind of peaked out. So I called this one out when it was at $23, and it's been doing very well ever since. But it's hitting its resistance at $26 and most likely going to see a pullback. But that's pretty good because we'd like to catch it at the support and then again write it back up. So it's been a very common trend. and that one's been playing out very well for a lot of traders. We saw a couple of traders lock in a couple $1,000s for that one. So congrats to you guys. It really comes down to exposure, and again, investing in what you see value in. Have a plan when going in. Manage your risk. Again, your potential for profit being greater than your potential for loss. And then if it makes sense to you and it's worth your risk, then go for it. And it's up to you on what it is that you guys invest in, right? So let's go ahead and CYCC. So the reason that we see we said CYCC is it had a support at $1.71, has a resistance at $2, and then being able to wait for the break from $2 and the margin that it has to make up. Again, this is just this all just happened within the hold overnight. So people lost like 50% of their accounts, and then it continues to drop, build the support, and is now trending back up. So being able to catch it from $2 to $3 is going to be the goal. So CYCC, that one looks pretty nice. BIOS, no, did not talk about that one. HIMX, we talked about this one, but waiting more for the pullback, and it has an earnings report pretty soon. So not really going to focus on that one. Hitting its resistance, hit its resistance. Let's actually just go down the list. Snapchat, no, still showing signs of downward momentum nonstop. JNUG, we've went over that already. DNR, let's go a little bit further back. Okay, well, this one somewhat has potential if it starts gapping back up, but again, it's not at its prime right now. So I have my alert set, so I'm going to set my alert a little bit closer. And it breaks above, but it's not one that I really want to call out. Oh, Pandora. This is one that one of our members, Perry, he's the one that I named the prime bear pick checklist after. It looks like it has a support now at $9, and this could be more of a swing trade. It's bouncing back from the bounce that it had at 676. So he did a very good job doing that. And then it has the potential to come back up to this $13 resistance, which is 42%. So we'll call the support at $9. And then resistance at 10, just for more of a quick swing trade. And if it continues to show signs of upward momentum, then that's good. INO. It has more of a $6 support, so I'm going to wait for the break above $6, and then for it to start gapping back up. We're going to really need to get above this break of 620, and it has this margin. Again, it's been showing a lot of signs of downward momentum. It's flatlined, and we really need it to start showing signs of upward momentum. So hopefully this week could be it. But if not, then again, you definitely don't have to trade it. So again, we wait for the charts to do the talking, and we wait for, to not force the trade, but making sure that we're getting in at a good buy. So the first resistance, based on my experience, is around 615. So it's a very tight resistance. So I'm going to put 620. Sorry for my penmanship not being very good. You guys are going to see right now, it's definitely not something that you guys are going to want to focus on or appreciate too much. I'll post it in text format within the Technical Solutions Facebook platform. So ZN now has a support at $5 and a margin or a resistance at 550. So again, it has a perfect 10% potential if it holds above that $5 support. JLBS, no. Yeah, this is okay. Dude, guys, we have pretty good setups. Yeah, for it to start gapping up. Previous resistance at 860, 5% potential. We definitely have good setups, so I don't have enough room for that one, but I'll put it out ARRY. And then that's from the support at 820 to the resistance at 860. So it's this little margin that you guys can see right here, from here to here. So yeah, right about a little bit under 5% potential. So this is my, this looks so sloppy. So ARRY from 820 to 860, that's the potential that we see. JNUG from 825 to $20. That's more of a swing. CYCC, if it breaks above that $2 mark, we have that resistance or that potential momentum trade from $2 to $3. if everything goes according to plan, right? And then Pandora, more of a swing trade, showing signs of upward momentum, back to its overall $13 resistance, but a nice little margin from $9 to $10 if we can get the right just momentum or volume this week. INO, if you guys can see that, INO from $6 to $6.20 once we see the break above $6, and ZN, $5 to $5.50 if it holds above $5. Okay. All right, so it looks like there's a trader, or there's okay. So there's a guy that's getting upset that I'm not reading your guys's comments. Based on the feedback that I've received, you guys were telling me to focus more on my own technical analysis because I was performing a series of technical analysis for the stocks that you guys, that you guys wanted me to trade, and then you guys just felt that they weren't the best quality stocks. So I'm kind of going back to what I see potential in. So that's why I'm doing kind of this recap. So I hope you guys are okay with that. And if you guys want me to go back to kind of performing technical analysis on the top stocks that you guys choose, I'd be more than happy to. But Kyle says, wow, Ricky, look at that beautiful penmanship. Yeah, I know, right? But yep. So we have a couple people that are upset. Let's see. Yeah. All right, but if there's anything else that you guys want me to do or perform a technical analysis on, is feel more than, oh. Let's see. No, it seems like you guys are good. It looks like people are just getting upset. So, okay. Totally, and these are the people that, yeah, I couldn't have said it better, right, Bradley? Haters are gonna hate, right? When it comes down to us doing something a little bit different, or if we're seeing success in something that they're not, right? And I'm not here to tell you guys what to trade. Like I always say, I'm not here to tell you guys exactly how to trade. I'm simply here to provide a platform where we encourage one another to try to be the best that we can be. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's a very supportive community, and it's free and accessible for everyone. So for regardless of what it is that they have an issue with, I think it's more of a personal issue than anything, because they feel like they have enough time in their day to hate and stuff like that. I don't know. It's such a waste of time for people. I don't know what they get, or they're, yeah, I definitely can't please everyone, and it comes down to, I'm not here to please everyone. I'm here to help the people that want to be helped, and that's really just it. So, all right, you guys are haters be hating, hustlers be hustling. That Luis Alvarez, I like that one. Can you please make room in the chat? Yeah, and that's definitely something that we're gonna do. So we're gonna do it in a much, I think, smaller scale. So we're gonna open the group chats for just kind of giving you guys some feedback, giving those that haven't joined our TechBud Solutions Discord group, giving you guys access to that within the Facebook platform. There's a certain verification that you guys have to go through, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later once I open up the group chats, and I'll post it within the TechBud Solutions Facebook platform in an effort to kind of filter out spam and stuff like that. And now we have so many mods that if we do see one, we can instantly remove them, and just provide, again, just focus on what we do best, and that's trading, investing, and focusing on what we want to excel on. So doing what it is that we do best, right? Trying to do different things, and if we make mistakes, kind of just learn from what we did wrong and then try again, right? But I'll definitely post that link for you guys. So if you guys can like this video, giving me a better understanding that you guys like the specific format on me talking about the stocks that I did analysis on rather than stocks that everyone else did, I really want to hear some feedback. So let's go from that. And I'm going to answer a couple questions because we're kind of done with this live stream. So it looks like we have really good quality stocks when it comes down to this upcoming week. I'm going to be going live, if everything goes well, tomorrow at 6 a.m. I'm catching a flight to meet up with Tanner Fox, if you guys know who that is. It's the one that I did for the Making of the Millionaire. We have a series of videos that we're going to be filming together. So I catch a flight there, I catch a flight back, and then I have a meeting here. And then it's going to be busy, but it's definitely going to be a lot of fun. And I think the content that we're going to be creating is going to be very useful and very interesting. You guys like, supercars and stuff like that. So that should be fun. So thank you guys again, all for those that tuned in. Again, the Facebook group link is down below. If you guys want to join, we'd love to have you as a part of we'd love to be a part of your success. But most importantly, continue working hard, continue doing what it is that you guys love, and most importantly, just be driven by your passion. And that's really just it. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. Just work hard and do what it is that you guys love. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend, and I hope you guys are pumped, right, for this upcoming week of trading, making sure that we end the month on a green note, right? And I'm going to dedicate a couple minutes to a couple questions that are going to be pulling up. So for those that want to head on out, thank you guys again, and thank you for your time. So yeah. So have you created your website or customized email? So I have not created we have not finalized our TechBit Solutions website yet. We're still in the works of that, but or customized email. I don't have a customized email. Again, if someone's emailing you that's claiming to be me, it's not me. I only use one email, and it's techbuds@mail.com, and we never reach out to people. It's always people that email us, and we never post it on comments or anything like that. So if you see anyone using my cover picture on a comment, make sure you click on it and make sure you know it's me, because there's people that write my name and pretend that it's me and try to take advantage of that. So hopefully that didn't happen to you guys. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, bud. What supercar did you first buy and sell? Well, the first real supercar, if you guys want to label it as that, was my GTR, and I guess I bought and sold that, but I drove it around for about 6 months before I actually sold it. Christopher saying, I'll see you in the AM. Thanks, man. Thank you again for tuning in. Appreciate it. See you tomorrow, Christian Reyes. Appreciate it, bud. Whoa. Get the nitro coffee going. I don't know what that means. I don't drink coffee or any energy drink, for those that ask. Thank you, Rick. Danny Means, appreciate you tuning in. Stephen Reggio saying congrats on your 35K subs. Hard work pays off. It definitely does. And thank you guys all for your support and always tuning in. So JH Toss says I did the one in switching. So I continuously. Okay, so there's a guy named Jay that takes an approach of day trading every day, and then when he doesn't have any more day trades, he does swing trades. He says, I don't have 25K yet. So again, just create a plan on what it is that you want to achieve. So if it's that 25K threshold, then continue saving, continue working towards that goal. And if you're seeing the return, then it just comes down to consistency, having a plan and sticking to your plan. So by the sounds of what it is that you're writing, it sounds like you're doing a really good job. So appreciate that. Ricky, can you check your DMs, please? I definitely will take some time to check my DMs on the Discord app, so I appreciate you saying that. How do I join the Discord app? I'm going to open up the Discord app for a certain amount of minutes and allow certain members, just because I want to make sure all the mods are available so we can filter out anyone that tries to spam the account. And there's certain mods that are not labeled, just to make sure that if someone does waste their time and try to spam our Discord app, they're only wasting their time, and we'll get them right away. And that's one of the coolest things. All right, so Abraham T says, can you explain the PDT rule quickly? So the PDT rule, if you're under a margin account, meaning that if you're investing with like $1,000 and you buy and sell a position, you have $1,000 buying power right away. You can only do 3 day trades within a 5-day period, meaning that if you perform the 4th day trade, you'll be under a 90-day suspension, meaning that you can't day trade. But if you don't have under $25,000, you have that restriction. So you have 3 day trades within a 5-day period. So take advantage of that. And that's why day trades are so valuable. Shout out 35K. Appreciate that, man. Styles, thank you again for tuning in. Think you'll ever wear a Diamondback hat? So I actually used to play baseball, and I was in the Diamondbacks team. So I don't know. I just wear the hat because it feels comfortable. Let's see. This is such a great community, Joey Silva. I really do appreciate that. And Joey, I know you. Thank you again for tuning in. I really do appreciate that, bud. always good to have you around. So this is the really cool thing. It says, Ricky, please be aware that if it wasn't for you, individuals like me wouldn't have had our eyes open to such opportunities. Thank you sincerely, brother. So that's one of the coolest things. A lot of people, like not a lot of people, there's very few people out of the thousands of members that actually see value in our community. I always say that I'm doing something wrong, that, I'm trying, again, I don't charge anyone. I just try to provide a platform that motivates other people or other individuals. And I don't see how people are drawn back by that idea. I just think they don't like seeing people see some form of success, regardless if it's monetary or not. I guess they don't like that I'm young and that I have cars and houses and properties and stuff like that. But I just want to make it simple that, with hard work and with planning and with consistency, yes, it does take time because, I didn't achieve this over a short amount of period, but it does take a lot of sacrifice, but it is possible for a lot of people. But it comes down to, having that continuous motivation and being able to surround yourself with so many motivated people and exposing yourself, just like Jay says, to new opportunity is something that you would have not been exposed to if it weren't for that specific platform. And that's all I'm here for, to provide a supportive platform that motivates entrepreneurs to invest in what they see value in. We provide the fundamentals and what kind of leads to your success by not trading what you don't invest in, being able to manage your risk, planning out your investments, aside from just trading stocks. But when it comes down to like e-commerce, when it comes down to buying and selling of different products, real estate, whatever it is, having the right principle and the right mindset, and then just going for it. And people don't see value in it. Again, it's a handful of people for the thousands of that do. So regardless if you do or don't, we're here to stay and we're here to make a difference. And that's one of the biggest things. I really do think I have the team, the platform that could really have a positive impact in a really large number of people. And that's what I'm here to do. So if you don't like it, then don't watch my videos. It's as simple as that. Stop wasting your time and go do something that you do enjoy to do. So Jonathan Baker saying, thank you for your help. So Raw Footage says, do you look at filling and disclosures or filings and disclosures? Not necessarily. I don't do much swing trading, or I don't do much trading based on fundamentals. It's more technical trading. So I always like to know kind of like where the stock stands based on certain news, but it's not a huge factor because when I'm usually trading it, it's only within a day. So if I see that there's a huge catalyst within a specific stock, right, like why it's seen such an increase, I try to look at the fundamentals or like the filings or their earnings report on why it's causing this, right, this catalyst and or increase in price. So yeah. Do you have a long-term portfolio that you are, or are you strictly day trader? My long-term portfolio is investing in real estate. So I take my earnings and for long-term investments, I invest in real estate. So I have a couple properties here within Arizona, and I convert them to rental properties. So I make money monthly, and then I make money long-term with the appreciation of the properties. Oh, some Dimitri Ortega says, hey, Ricky, I've been away for a minute. I remember Dimitri. That's so, Demetrio. I apologize. He says he's been away. He's been busy with work. And I've been bartending, and it's hard to wake up so early in California. How much sleep do you normally get a night? So, and I just really enjoy what it is that I do. And I get about 4 to 5 hours, maybe 6 hours on a good night of sleep. And I wake up at about 5:30 a.m. to get everything ready for my trading and for my live stream. And then I go to sleep around 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock to like 2 o'clock, depending on what it is that I'm doing. And it's, nonstop, just work the entire day, and very small breaks that are kind of efficient. I either take a break and talk to my girlfriend over FaceTime and stuff like that. So I just, again, driven by the passion. That's really what it comes down to. And if you see a potential market that you want to invest in or something else, then again, have a plan, stay consistent, and do it. Patrick Rojo saying, new follower from Peru, South America. Appreciate that, Patrick. Thank you again for tuning in. Ricky, are you getting the storm near you? I am. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's, holy moly. It's super it's pretty dark. I'm going to end I do not drink coffee. People always ask me because I talk very quickly or I speak very quickly. I don't drink coffee. I drink water, and then I drink like soda sometimes, and a lot of chocolate milk. Barry always makes fun of me because he calls me the milkman. I drink a lot of chocolate milk and warm chocolate milk. I don't drink cold chocolate milk, but it's It's kind of just, I think kind of quickly. I don't know. So it just comes out that way. And people always tell me to calm down. So I get really excited with this, topics that I talk about. You should get a legit mic. Kevin, I did, and it didn't work. So I need to buy another one. So I bought a Snowball, whatever it's called, did not work. So I don't know if I set it up properly. So I'll have one of my guys check it out and see if I set it up properly. Yeah, it's raining. The milkman milking those stocks. Okay, so we're gonna end it here, guys. We're gonna end it here. And for those that are asking, Ricky, or for Patrick, that's our new member. So Ricky, what platform would you recommend me for trading online? So if you have access to do paper trading, if you're really just starting out, understand the importance of proving to yourself first that you can become a profitable day trader and start growing your accounts to start saving money. So if you prove to yourself that you are a profitable day trader, then you can move on over and make that transition over to a real brokerage account. But again, first test the waters, see if this can be a market that you can see success in. And if you prove to yourself, then again, there's nothing wrong with making the transition over. But again, whoa, the bad word. That was weird. That was kind of offensive. It was towards a ethnicity, yeah. But again, just first test the water. So try to look up for some paper trading or simulation trading platforms, and then make the transition over to a specific brokerage company. I use the TD Ameritrade paper trading, TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform for real-time quotes, and then I use Fidelity for that. So I just banned that individual that was saying bad words. So I apologize, guys. I don't know why people waste their time doing that. So I apologize, guys. If you guys can give the video a thumbs up, we'd appreciate it. But most importantly, if you guys aren't a part of TechBud Solutions already, the Facebook group link is down below. And check out a series of those other links. You can see my Instagram and all those other accounts down there. We'd love to be a part of your success. So if there's anything that is that I can do to assist you, feel free to reach out to me. And the best way to reach out to me, again, is to direct message me within the group chats. Again, I don't send out personal emails. I don't ask for any personal information, and I never ask for money. So if you're getting someone that's pretending to be me, just know that those are huge red flags. So, and I don't do Skype calls with anyone or any of those calls. So just know that. Ricky's drinking a lot of chocolate milk. The reason that you're so tall, brother. I'm seriously thinking about it now. No, I don't know. I don't know. My dad's like 6'1" and I'm 6'4". So I'm going to end it here, guys. I can't thank you guys enough for dedicating this large amount of time. I took about like 45 minutes of your guys' time, or maybe a little bit more. So I want to remind you guys that you guys watching this video and you guys being a part of our team and community, you guys are working towards being something different. Be driven by your passion, create a plan on how you're going to get there, and work as hard as you can. And be, again, you're going to see bumps on the road, but understand that it comes down to going back and understanding that the importance of being driven by your passion and achieving your end game is the whole point of this. So I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. I hope you guys are pumped for this upcoming week and this last week of July. Let's make sure that we end it strong. And like always, guys, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, guys, and we'll see you guys at Market Open. We go live at 6 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, so feel free to subscribe if you're not already. Thank you guys again. Take care.